But I would say if the Jets find a way to solve one of the tackles in free agency, like let's say they go after a Tyron Smith or a David Bakhtiari or a Trent Brown or a Jonah Williams, something like that. Doesn't matter. Left or right tackle, whatever your flavor of the week is. I really think AVT is going to move out to tackle. So at that point, they may not feel that tackle is a first round need if they've financially committed to the two tackles already. And then you would target an offensive lineman in the third round or maybe a second round if you can somehow get a second round pick. But that opens up your number 10 pick, I think, for the weapon that you're looking for. And Rome Odunze is very exciting, contested catch guy, 6'3". He's number one in the country in deep catches, number one in the country in contested catches. Very cool to see him play. But outside of that, I really like Brock Bowers. I am a big Brock Bowers fan. It's almost like hitting two birds with one stone. It's like, don't think of him as a tight end. Think of him as like a tackle wide receiver hybrid. It is so impressive to watch him crack blocks. It's like, if we have one tackle that is slightly weaker, I would line him up in line, have him chip, and then go out and do whatever he's got to do. And then if he's, in the run game, he's going to be able to dominate as well. I would love to draft that type of player. And I'm not usually one for tight end in the first round, particularly very early. Like, I don't like what happened to Kyle Pitts and him going number 4 overall. But when I look at the draft board in front of us, I kind of see either Bowers is going to go in front of the Jets, and I think Fashanu or Alt falls to us, or I think both tackles go in front of us, and then it'll be the decision. Do you want offensive tackle 3, 4, or 5? Do you want wide receiver 3, 4, whatever? Or do you want like the number 3, 4 player overall in the draft? And I think that's what we're going to have to balance. If you guys are upset with Bowers or you haven't, you're just kind of pushing him out of the mind for tight end, I highly suggest watching him because he is incredibly impressive.
Yeah, you know what? I need to watch more, but I did. I think it might have been Dylan from Jet Nation or maybe Tigo. And I like the way they said it. And then it's maybe they heard it somewhere. I don't know, but they said he's not a tight end, he's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he can do so much more. And I did watch I watched like 2 highlights and half of there was a guy out there breaking him down, like why he's special and all that shit. So I didn't get too deep, but I did. But he would be an exciting guy if we do something to address, like you were mentioning. Like, let's say we bring in 1 and or 2 tackles. Like, we bring in a Trent Brown, which is who I think we're grabbing, by the way. And I think we'll grab Bakhtiari. Trent Brown had a very low contract considering, and I don't know if he'll do that again. He was still at the tail end of that big contract he got when he left the Patriots. He was a left tackle with the Patriots.
He left the Raiders, I think is what you're talking, because he went from Patriots to, I think, Raiders to back to Patriots.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I think he was still kind of at the tail end of that contract he got from the Raiders when he left. And that was a huge contract that he got. So his cap hit was still high, but he was only getting I don't know, I looked before, but like 2-3 million, whatever it was, something like that. So maybe you can get that guy for like $10 million, where some of the guy, I think Jonah Williams being 5 years younger or so, he's going to be expensive. You know what I mean? Even though he might not be that usual premier left tackle on the free agent market, he's going to be treated as such. So I don't know. I wouldn't, if we were let's say we brought in Bakhtiari and Trent Brown or Jonah Williams and whoever, we did that, I would be okay with Brock Bowers. I mean, and I look around. I mean, I've seen him as high as the 5th overall player. Did you said you saw
I would
him
say
as the 3rd?
No. I would say, in the draft or talent wise?
In the entire draft, talent wise,
talent wise.
Big boards.
I've seen people refer to him as the 4th best guy. I've seen Marvin Harrison Jr., I've seen Alt, and then it's usually some combination of one of the quarterbacks, and then Bowers is usually sitting somewhere around there. I think, let me see if I can, I don't know if I could show you guys this. You might not be able to. Actually, keep talking, and then I'll fix.
Our boy Project Prospect with Dom C is in the house, and he's saying that Bowers can also play in the slot. So he can fucking do all kinds of fun stuff. And And he's like, like a lot of what I saw was like really difficult catches, man. Like whether it's contested catches or, having to contort his body and then still being able to like, reach behind him, the passes behind him, scoop it up, turn around, break a tackle, then juke somebody. I mean, he's got like all those skill sets. He's really an exciting player. It would piss a lot of people off, I think, to draft a tight end in the top 10. But again, it's all about what we do in free agency. If Joe Douglas does a good job,